Those who have signed up to speak will be recognized for 3 minutes. In no event will the citizen forum last more than 1 hour. Unless you are recognized by me and granted permission to speak, you are not to address the board or otherwise make verbal noises that can be heard by any member of this board during these proceedings. If you do so, it may declare you out of order, and if it proceeds after being declared out of order, your conduct will be deemed substantial interference with these proceedings. Thereupon, you will be removed from these chambers, and you may face criminal action charges pursuant to TCA 39-17-306. It is my sincere hope that everyone participating in these proceedings will conduct themselves in a polite manner, respect shown to all regardless of disagreement. The first on the list to speak is Debbie Hugan. Come to the podium, state your name and your address.
Good evening again. My name is Deborah Hewen, and I live at 431 Randall Lane. And I'm going to talk about rules, regulations, ordinances, and codes, and laws. And since you have a speech about wanting us to follow the rules and keep things in order, I know that you must understand how important it is that things stay in order and people follow guidelines and rules. Well, what I'm talking about is codes. Codes does a great job. For the first time, we've got people working in there that really go above and beyond to do their job. And recently, there was two illegal sheds, 32 feet of them, that are on mine, next to my side yard, not in the 10 feet boundaries, as has always been required by ordinance in this city, which an ordinance is like a law and should be followed. And when codes tells them to move it, they decide they don't want to move it, they're finding an out now. They can go before a Board of Zoning Appeals, which I'm on, but I recuse myself on things that affect me, and they can get people to overlook what the strict guidelines and rules are for granting exceptions for people to break those rules. And if we're going to follow rules anywhere in the city, it needs to start with each and every rule, not select rules, not, well, we'll enforce it here, we won't enforce it there, because it opens up a Pandora's box for setting a precedence for anybody and everybody that wants a variance that doesn't meet the guidelines for it to get one. And if they don't get one, they can take us to court and sue us. And this is the same thing that's going on, and it had to be continued from last month's Board of Zoning Appeals meeting to next month's. And it was also falsely stated that the city did not have my swimming pool permit, which was not part of the case that was being heard, but they were brought into the case and they were irrelevant. But just to clear the facts, I do have a swimming pool permit. See, it's got my address on it, my name, the permit number, and inside here are receipts and documents proving that. And also, they said the city couldn't find it. They didn't give the city time to find these documents. Missy in Codes Department did a research because, as most of you know, Codes was moved several years ago from one building to the next. And Missy knows how to research, and Missy knows how to find receipts and all kinds of documents. And she found everything that shows that I'm following codes and I'm legal, which should have never been brought up. They should address what's in front of them. And I'm asking you to cause the board members that sit on BOZA board and planning committee that makes legal decisions that affect other people's property and their values to make us read the books and follow the rules and take the classes. Enforce it. Help us out.
Thank you. Next will be Matt Church. Come to the podium and state your name and address, please, sir.
Mayor, Aldermen, my name is Matt Church, 1527 Waxman Drive. I come to you to discuss some issues that I have with the 2017-2018 budget. One of the main reasons why I'm here is the $25,000 that the board is wanting to give the Laverne Rescue Squad. This money was changed back in 2014. And I just can't understand why it's allowed to continue to give an organization money that you can't justify. You've tried to justify it for the last 3.5 years, and to date, there's no documentation on any response. So I'm still waiting for that. As an assistant, I'm a little disgusted with how the mayor, just undermines everything, and he calls it an insurance policy. When you don't have a reason for something, how do you justify by saying in an open meeting that, well, maybe you can consider it as an insurance policy? Everyone knows the insurance companies. I mean, who likes to pay insurance to begin with? So I just feel that it's a slap in the face of the citizens of Laverne, and for some reason, you continue to think it's okay. And that's why I go back to the collusion. I do feel that the mayor of Laverne is in the collusion with the Laverne Rescue Squad, because there's no secret there. So the secrets of illegal cooperation or conspiracy, especially in order to cheat or deceive others. And in my opinion, I feel that's exactly what's going on. You have a nonprofit organization. There's many nonprofit organizations in the city that receive funds and that do not receive funds. The city has dispersed letters for applications where people have asked for money, and they've said, it's not a need in their city. They don't feel that they can justify giving them money. But yet we allow the $25,000 to be continued to give out to the rescue squad. That's pretty much it. We're just going to keep, bringing it up, and maybe one day it will hit home and people will realize that the money that you disperse for personal gain or votes, that there has to be some form of, it's not legal. So we're just going to keep doing what we're doing, and hopefully one day the other aldermen, have, even Alderman Jones brought up, some fine issues. Thank you.
Seeing nobody else on the list for the citizen forum, I'll call it closed. I appreciate everybody for coming up and speaking. It's a little shy of 7 o'clock. I'm going to call the citizen forum closed, and at 7 o'clock, we'll start the meeting.